Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Monday, January 25th, 2021. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. My weekend saw me down at Assateague, checking out the ponies and the cold beach. A trip to Berlin, very cool little town, highly recommended, and then a hike at Calvert Cliffs, so pretty much I'm beat. But it is Monday, so let's get right into it. Back in November, the Anne Arundel County Police took a report of a sex offense that had happened the night prior as the child spent the night at a friend's home. According to the police, the male guardian of the friend provided alcohol to the children, and then after everyone was asleep, he came into the room to take photos and sexually assault the victim. Police searched the home, seized several digital devices for evidence and analysis, and as you can guess, they did come back and corroborated the victim's story. The 53-year-old male of the 700 block of 203rd Street in Pasadena was arrested and charged with assault, sex offenses, abuse of the minor, and contributing to the condition of a child. He is being held on a no-bond status, and police are concerned about the possible other victims and are asking anybody that has any information to contact them at 410-222-4733. On Saturday afternoon, the Anne Arundel County Fire Department was dispatched to Route 50 and Rutland Road for a shooting. A 17-year-old male was being transported in a car near Rutland Road when the car was met by EMS and the victim taken to Anne Arundel Medical Center. After arrival, the victim did die of his injuries. Police believe he was shot somewhere in Prince George's County, and the Prince George's County Police Department is investigating the incident. But they don't have a suspect, nor did they locate a crime scene. Let's slide into something a little bit more pleasant. Not terribly exciting, but something you need to know. Like the federal government, Maryland has now delayed the start of tax season until February 12th. This means that they will not accept returns prior to that date, and unlike last year when they did extend the filing deadlines, taxes will be due on April 15th, 2021, just like normal. Of course, with the pandemic, this may change, but for now, it is business as usual. If you need any help with any of the Maryland taxes or any information from the Comptroller's office, I have to say Comptroller Franchot does have a great website. Predictably, it is marylandtaxes.gov. February is Black History Month, and Annaplis Tours by Watermark is again offering the African American Heritage Tour every Saturday in February. It is a 2-hour walking tour, and unfortunately is not recommended for anybody with mobility issues because the sidewalks in Annapolis tend to be a little bit dicey. In partnership with the Kunta Kinte Alex Haley Foundation, the tour will trace the journey of African Americans in Annapolis and explore their impact from 300 years ago until today. Tours are at 1:30 p.m. Again, this is every Saturday. They start at the Market House, and tickets should be purchased in advance at AnnapolisTours.com. The cost is $20 for adults and $5 for kids. And finally, for the chocolate lover in your life, hey, maybe it's you. This weekend, Godiva, the Belgian chocolatier, announced that they are closing all of their North American stores by the end of March. We do have one right here in the Annapolis Mall, and there will be some great sales as they sell off their inventory. Now, Godiva will still be available at resellers, think grocery stores and Hallmark shops. And if you need a chocolate fix, See's Candy is also opening a kiosk at least through Valentine's Day at the Annapolis Mall, but that won't be open until Friday the 29th, which is just a couple days away. All right, that does wrap up the news for us today. As always, thank you for listening, and if you are somewhere where you can leave a rating or a review, please do, and make sure you let your friends, family, and colleagues all know all about us. It really does help. A quick thank you to our sponsors for this daily news brief, Solar Energy Services up in Millersville, and to the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company. It is Monday, so of course we have Ann Alsina from Covington Alsina with your Money Monday report. And as we have every day, George Young is here from DCMDVA Weather with your locally forecast weather report. Now, you want to listen up to George today. It sounds like it's going to get a little bit dicey a little bit later on in this week. He has all the scoop, and he also has a Guess the Snowfall contest on the DCMDVA Weather Facebook page. So you want to go check that out and get in on the action there. And good luck and hope you win the contest. George and Ann are coming up in just 1 minute, but first, here's Rick Peters from Solar Energy Services.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services, with your Clean Energy Minute. Does your home experience power outages? Or maybe you're concerned about energy resilience in general? If so, that's another great reason to consider clean, quiet solar-powered energy with battery backup. You may have heard residential solar adoption has rapidly increased during the pandemic for multiple reasons, and many homeowners, like yourself, are adding battery backup and electric vehicle charging to their solar projects. And with Maryland's residential energy storage income tax credit, along with the federal tax credit for batteries when paired with solar, the economics are quite compelling, and that secure feeling is even better. So whether you're looking for clean energy, energy resilience, or overall peace of mind with solar energy, we can help. To schedule a free solar design, call us today at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net. But hurry, sunshine's a-wasting.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Monday, January 25th. It was a cold but fairly sunny weekend across the Annapolis region, but conditions should be a bit more active this week, starting with a sloppy mix of a storm later today, mainly after 4 or 5 p.m., lasting into Tuesday morning, with periods of rain, sleet, and snow, with some freezing rain possible as well. But the overall impact in Anne Arundel County should be minimal, and snowfall accumulation amounts will be little to none across the region, but be careful out and about on the roads, especially in the overnight hours. Then after a quiet but colder day for most of Wednesday, another storm could potentially begin to impact the region Wednesday night into Thursday morning, and it is this storm we are most interested in, as a fair amount of cold enough air is in good supply, while the storm track for this expected storm may be just right to produce some snow across the region. But stay tuned for updates on this one throughout the day today, with a specific storm forecast coming later tonight or tomorrow morning. As for the rest of the week, sunny and cold again Friday and Saturday with 30s, before more rain and 40s on Sunday. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores. And also be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and use our website each day by visiting DCMDVAweather.com, so you can always stay weather informed.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company.
I've always loved being a realtor because to me, it's more than a job. It's something that gives me an incredible sense of helping others. And this year in particular, when so many people we've helped had to move rather than wanted to move, it gave me an even greater sense of purpose. Whatever the reason for someone's move, from a career relocation to simply needing to downsize, it has truly been super rewarding and a privilege to be able to assist our clients through all the steps of their journeys. Though it hasn't always been easy, we've learned new ways of navigating the home buying and selling process. So whether you need to say goodbye to your current home or are looking for a new house to start the next chapter of your life in, the Kristi Neidhardt Team is here to work with you and for you, because truly we are all in this together.
That's another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-295-6579 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
You work hard for your money. Is your money working hard for you? Managing and investing, it can be confusing. Anne Alsina, a financial planner from Covington Alsina, has been helping people make sense of it all for over 17 years. Are you ready? Now here's your Monday Money Report.
This is Anne Alsina of Covington Alsina with your Monday Money Report. The markets hit another all-time high last week before tapering slightly on fears of COVID slowing growth. Home sales hit a 14-year high last year, with prices reaching record levels in many areas. The European Central Bank has warned of a double-dip recession overseas, while our K-shaped recovery continues. While deaths from COVID have declined recently, the impact of the virus has caused many of us to think about our mortality. We've seen a surge of people getting their estate plans completed. I usually encourage everyone to have the basic end-of-life documents in place: a will, power of attorney, and medical directive. There's more to end-of-life planning than that, though. If the beer truck strikes, does your family know what you want to happen? Do they know if you want life-saving measures, or would you prefer to pass at home? What kind of funeral do you want? Do you want to be buried or cremated? Beyond that, do they know where all of your financial records are? With so much coming in electronically, will they be able to locate all of your accounts? If you're receiving a pension, do they know how to contact that provider and notify them of your passing? Add to that your digital estate. It used to be a record or CD collection or a library of books. Now it's an iTunes account, Kindle library, and a Dropbox full of pictures. And what happens to your social media accounts? It's not fun to have these conversations, but since we're still pretty much stuck at home, it's a good time to organize your records. We provide our clients with a service called Everplans, an electronic storage for everything your family will need to know. You can purchase that or a similar service yourself. You can also get a notebook and start listing everything out. What prescriptions you take, any pertinent medical concerns, who your doctors are, then all your financials, how to access your online accounts, plus where your will and other legal documents are stored. I believe the basics should be shared with the next generation. Mom and Dad are comfortable. We will or will not need help or to come live with you. Here's where our documents are stored and how we are splitting things up. In percentages, not dollars. A great place to store all these things is a fire safe at home. Just make sure someone knows the combination. And more importantly, talk about your end-of-life wishes. Many of us want to die at home with family and loved ones and not hooked up to machines in a hospital. But that's the default. I just finished a great book, Being Mortal by Atul Gawande, and would highly recommend it for anyone who is looking at long-term care, with terminal illness, or aging in general, for themselves or a loved one. Your action to take this week is to automate your monthly bill payments. This will help you avoid late fees. You can also pay credit cards with each paycheck to further lower interest charges. Some cards accrue interest on the daily balance, so paying weekly or bi-monthly will further reduce those interest charges. We're offering a deep dive into what happened in 2020 and what we expect in 2021 tomorrow night. Our signature event, Women, Wine, and Wisdom, becomes a co-ed economic update for the month of January. You can register for that event and find much more on our website at covingtonalsina.com or visit our Facebook page to learn more. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Great Valley Advisor Group, a registered investment advisor. Covington, Alsina, and Great Valley Advisor Group are separate entities from LPL Financial. All performance references historical and is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged. They may not be invested into directly. Covington, Alsina, and LPL Financial do not provide legal advice or services. The opinions voiced in the show are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine which strategies or investments may be appropriate for you, consult with your attorney, accountant, and financial advisor or tax advisor prior to investing. And if you don't have a financial advisor, come talk to us. This is Anne Alsina with Covington Alsina.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.